watching Friday Night Lights, sponsored by Jack in the Box.
This one-of-a-kind spring season may be complete. You know, it always gets me a little shaken up when we get to talk about it, finally coming to an end. But we get to cap everything off by honoring the best of the best in the Imperial Valley. Thank you so much for joining us for this special Friday Night Lights award show finale. I'm Brandon Mejia.
And I'm Rob Fram. We're extremely excited to pass out 6 awards to the Imperial Valley individual athletes and programs that have really raised the bar in this condensed spring season. So we begin with an award that you can argue that every team that played in this spring could easily take home just for playing in these games at a very unprecedented time.
Yes, but there can only be one team that put in a definite rebound after finishing the fall of 2019 on a disappointing note. Our FNL Comeback Team of the Year is the Holtville Vikings, and there's a reason for that. Rob, we talked about there being a disappointing year previous, right? 2019 season ended in disappointment, but the Vikings, they did make it through the playoffs, lost in the second round. At home, that was tough. That could shake up a team. Now, coming into a condensed season, like you said, which we're going to continue to say over and over again because it's a big deal. You're unsure to see how it worked out, but the volume, or the program really spoke volumes in how they were able to rebound. They really picked up where they left off. They ended the season 4-2 and blew out majority of their opponents. We're talking major blowouts. So comeback team of the year, the Holtville Vikings.
Absolutely. It's just one of those success stories that really is 4 years in the making. These kids put in a lot of work, especially the seniors, because it's a senior-heavy team over the past 4 years. And it culminates to this season, and we're just thankful that all these kids got a chance to play, especially the seniors on the Viking squad.
Yeah, our second honor of the night gives tribute to the unexpected heroes that stepped up their game to move their team forward.
No doubt every area program has its own set of heroes, Brando, but the ones that stood out to us just so happen to be the members of this year's Comeback Team of the Year. The Holtville Vikings offensive unit certainly hit that mark with flying colors. And I say this because the star, the guy that everybody would show up and buy a ticket to go see, as in Jose DeVoe, was inactive for most of the year. So other guys had to step up, like quarterback Eric Garcia, Jonathan Haraz, Abe Ramos, Peyton Eiton. These guys really picked up their game to kind of make up for the difference and not really having Jose in the lineup most of the year. Now, granted, he did play sparingly the last couple of games, really starting to kind of pick up his stride a little bit. But for the most part, Brando, the Vikings really had to go it without him.
Yeah, they did. He's, one of those players we really wanted to see. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But to still have that team camaraderie, come out there with them and play strong. I mean, hey, the team definitely still showed up, and that's always a good sign as well. So well-deserved there.
All right. Well, with our third award of the night, you can certainly make the case for several sideline leaders amongst our area programs, Brando.
Yeah, coaches like John Self, Jason Turner, and even David Wong are all really worthy honorable mentions. They are. But when it comes down to it, you can't pick against rookie Pena, who has almost completely transformed the Central Spartans football program in his 4-year tenure. Let's talk about it. I mean, seriously, his resume with the Spartans speaks volumes. Following the end of this season, he has now won 3 out of the 4 IVL championships during his time with Central. Even more impressive, he has not lost in the bell game since taking over 4 years ago. And thanks to Rob's stats, he's able to inform me of this. The last time the program had a streak like that was from 1984, you mentioned, Rob, to 89. I got to give you credit for giving me this info because it's huge. The program, at that point, won 6 straight. They could be on track to do it again. But indeed, we're talking about the Coach of the Year this year. And, well, while the bell game is enough of a reason to really be the Coach of the Year, he shut out. Record speaks for itself. Under head coach Rookie Pena, the Spartans won 5 straight in this condensed season, shut out 4 of their 5 opponents. 0 points they held them to.
The exception of the Brawley Wildcats, but you got to keep in mind the Wildcats are a studly team as well. So you're talking about 2 forces of nature coming together. Yeah. Central only won that one by 8, but again, well-deserved.
Yes, and it was a close one. So you get to kind of see that they didn't go out without a fight.
Absolutely. And one note I want to make about Rookie Pena is the fact that before he took over the program, Central was struggling. They were a struggling program. So when you say that he transformed things, he really did. And so his resume speaks for itself. And obviously, we could talk about his 4 years, but as you mentioned, Brando, this team looked almost invincible this year.
Yeah.
So Very interesting indeed.
He's got many years ahead, I'm sure. This next category, though, is the highest individual player honor that we can give here on FNL. The award doesn't just go to the student athlete, but the big stats, but also the one who has all the intangibles to help take his team to the top.
Now, there are a number of players, Brando, that could easily fill this spot. Guys like Imperial's Brennan Adams or even Brawley's Isaiah Young. But at the end of the day, Jordan Reed has proven to be the X factor that has stood out from the rest. You talk about stats? Well, he has over 1,000 yards passing just in 5 games, half a season. So that's amazing right there. He's got 17 touchdowns total, and obviously the intangibles are there. When you have a dual threat quarterback that has done as much as he has, keeping the composure of the team and making things happen on any given Friday night, I mean, you just can't argue this one. This guy definitely has enough.
Makes you wonder what it would be like if you had 5 more games.
I know, exactly. The guy's a terror. So hopefully we see him out in college somewhere on Saturdays playing football. That's for sure. All right, we have 4 awards down, but 2 more to go. 2 more,
Including our FNL Team of the Year and our Player of the Year. You won't want to miss it. Keep it right here.
You're watching Friday Night Lights on KYMA.
Mascot is where students can identify.
A mascot used for ages, officially retired from Imperial Valley College. Now you have a say in what the next mascot becomes.
It's a community building effort.
See the options, how to voice your opinion with new suggestions, and how those closest to the college feel about the change. Making a mascot. Watch now on KYMA.com.
If you want to be a winner, then get a turkey footlong from Subway. That's oven-roasted turkey, piled high with crisp veggies on freshly baked bread. So let's get out there and get those footlongs.
Now at Subway, buy 1 footlong in the app and get 150% off. Subway, eat fresh.
It's not just the winter lettuce capital of the world. KYMA reports on all the new and innovative ways local farmers are bringing food from the fields to your dinner table. Homegrown is sponsored by Ed Whitehead Tire Pros.
With employee pricing at Denver Mattress, you pay what we pay. Backed by popular demand, our employee discount is available to everyone for a limited time. Get 15% off any single Denver Mattress brand product when you spend $9.99 or more. And with our 365-night Better Sleep Guarantee, you'll rest easy knowing you're getting the right mattress. Plus 5 years no interest and free shipping. You pay what we pay with Denver Mattress employee pricing. Available now for everyone.
Oh my, with Chase Freedom Unlimited, I earn all this cash back? Oh, I gotta tell everyone. Hey Rita, you can earn 3% on dining, including takeout.
Bon appetit.
Hey Kim, you earn 5% on travel purchase through Chase.
Way ahead of you.
Hey Neil, you can earn 3% at drugstores.
Buddy, I'm right here. Why are you yelling?
Because that's what I do. You're always earning with 5% cash back on travel purchased through Chase. 3% at drugstores, 3% on dining, including takeout, and 1.5% on everything else you buy. Chase, make more of what's yours.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to the Midnight Snack Run. This is one tricky obstacle course. He's reaching, but he pushes it away. He's approaching a plate of iced cookies. He blows right by him. Oh, the fridge. Looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle. Now he's just got to get out of there. Look what dropped from the sky.
Don't do it, Dennis. That's the way you execute a midnight snack run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
You're watching Friday Night Lights, sponsored by Jack in the Box.
Welcome back, everyone. Our 5th award is the epitome of what the game of football is all about. The team!
The team. For the past 5 weeks, we got to see some high-quality football being played by a number of outstanding Imperial Valley programs. But once again, the Central Spartans have proven to just once again be the cream of the crop. They really are. We can't deny it of them. The offense and defense has been a machine this entire season. Their defense held 4 of their 5 opponents to 0 points. Let me say it again. 0 points. When you have a defense capable of that alone, it can only make it easier on the offense, and the offense is able to get things rolling. They were able to do it every week in and week out. They went undefeated this year, won the Bell game for the 4th time in a row, took the IVL championship again. Rob, I feel like I can just go on and on and on. A lot of the credit going to Rookie Pena, but this team overall, like you said, he has transformed. Just just overall a quality team of the year.
It absolutely is, and you got to really take note of the fact that they're senior heavy as well. There's over 20 seniors on the roster, so next year could look a little bit different for them. But if you know Rookie Pena, he can do a little with a lot, or a lot with a little, I should say.
Well,
vice versa too.
He may have to, but like we've seen for the past 4 years, I'm sure he has had seniors come in and out, or leave the program and have to get reacclimated with a fresh bunch of kids, and that may not be a bad thing for a team as well. So, I mean, it's been a pleasure watching them this year, and I think overall, I mean, they could still be a force to be reckoned with in the future.
Absolutely. We're going to have to find out who the quarterback is next year. Keep in mind, Jordan Reed, this is his first year starting for Central. He transferred in from Imperial from last year and getting acclimated to a new program. Granted, he had a few more months because typically you play football in the fall.
True.
But with COVID, things kind of changed around this year where we have this unique situation going on in the spring. But nonetheless, he's acclimated well. The team really gelled together. And here we are talking about them doing all that they've done this year.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, and the credit, a lot of it does go to the head coach, a lot of it to Reed. I think overall, when he came into the program from transferring, the transition was smooth. It didn't seem like it took a lot for him to get acclimated. At least they got some kind of uniformity there that works. And I think if he carries that into next year with the seniors that may be going away, that fundamental value could take them to be the team that they were the last 4 years.
Absolutely. So it'll be intriguing to see what they do down the road for sure.
Absolutely. Well, this show is only made possible by those behind the scenes and behind the cameras. As I like to say, Rob, if it wasn't for the technical crew, we'd just be talking heads in the dark.
We would. There would not be a show without them for sure. So thankfully that's not the case because we've been fortunate enough to have such a crew that helps out every year and in every game. You can see the names right there. We can't say them all, but I'll just highlight a few of them. We have Caleb Fernandez, who's done a lot on the social media platform with us as well. Lisa Sturgis, we'll mention her in a little bit. But you got Scott Gross, with our sister station that's really contributed some great highlights. Cole Johnson, Mercedes Martinez stepping up in those roles as well. The technical director is led by Vanessa Bejarano, and sad to say she's leaving us, but
I know.
She
I'm
has
still
been
trying to wrap my head around
such
it.
an integral part of the show the last couple of years. So Vanessa, we love you and we're going to miss you.
Absolutely. I love being on the anchor desk as well for the news, but I really love doing sports. Adonis Albright makes this possible for me, taking over the desk, during that 10 o'clock show, so Rob and I can have our show as well. The names, though, on the technical side are just as important as the names on our support staff. If it wasn't for our general manager, Dave Miller, our news director, Ernesto Ramiro, they really are the ones who give us the ability to make this show happen year in and year out. Rob, you have been with this show from its start. I've been fortunate enough to be a part of it now 2 years in a row, and it's something to be thankful for.
It really is. When you have support from your front office like we do, with our GM, our news director, our assistant news director, digital content director, Lisa Sturgis, as I mentioned, Susan, who really just hits the ground running. She works so hard to get things set up to where we have Jack in the Box on board with us, so she really plays a critical part in that.
Yeah, she's one of those unsung heroes because you don't hear her name too much, but Susan, if you're watching, I mean, this really isn't possible without you because we love the fact that we have Jack in the Box on our side to sponsor, our play of the week every single week. There's incentives, for the players who get it too. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely. They get some nice awards from Jack in the Box, and of course our title sponsor that you just saw there. We thank you, Jack in the Box, for supporting us. But the most important factor in all this is you at home. You are the reason why this all happens. Just because you turn the channel and watch our program each and every week faithfully, hey, we give kudos to you. Thank you very much for supporting this program.
We can't thank you enough, honestly. And we do it, of course, not only for you guys, but for your children who are out there playing in this sport. And to be able to bring it to your living room, it's special. So we're definitely fortunate enough and happy to share that moment with you as well every single week. We finish our finale, though, with our Imperial Valley play of the year.
Once again, we had many great candidates, but there can only just be one to stand out from the rest, Brando. We go back to week number 2's contest between Brawley and Imperial as the Wildcats' Daniel Camillo has to scoop the ball up off the ground and then make some moves, make a few jukes, and then turning on the afterburners to get things going. Sia wouldn't want to be ya.
It's one of those plays, too, that when you watch it initially, you're like, uh-oh, ball's bouncing around. This isn't going to end well. could get picked up by the kickoff team. But no, not only does he pick it up and remain composed, he puts the Jets and the moves on.
I like that little juke,
I
too,
know.
right before he just turned it on right there. And you got to give the credit to the blockers, too. A few key blocks in the beginning really set the tone for the whole play.
Absolutely. I mean, it wouldn't be possible without that, but definitely our play of the year. And Rob, as we kind of wind it up, I've been happy to be able to do 2 shows this year with you.
Absolutely. This is an unprecedented spring show. We're glad to just jump into this thing, both Brando and myself, and we're glad that you can go on the ride with us, too.
Thanks so much for watching, folks. Until next time, I'm Brandon Mejia.
I'm Rob Fram. Take care.